Aum Sairam. Hara Hara Shankara, Jaya Jaya Shankara. Episode 60. Sri Mahaswami, the sage with eyes of light. The diary of a seeker of truth, Dr.Serge Demetrian. Dear devotees, now we shall listen to the second part, fourth section of this divine book under the subtitle At the Shivasthana Ashram. Kanchipuram, Sunday, 12th February 1972. Solar Darshan 3. Today, something unbelievable happened. The night had been strange with new unclear dreams, but curiously enough, I woke up well disposed slightly before sunrise and with an immense need to see the master of the day. I climbed up onto the highest terrace. There are three in all of Kannaya Chetty's house. All of a sudden, standing facing the temple of the goddess that is on the eastern side, leaning lightly on the parapet, I thought of Sri Mahaswami and started to offer myself to the sun, silently chanting its divine names. Very quickly I came out of the body, firstly like a flame through the top of the head. I had tried also at other points, the chest, the mouth, the neck, the eyes, the ears. None seemed convenient to me. As per the traditional Hindu text, at the moment of death, one should come out of the heart through the only nerve which would go upwards and would open on the top of the head. In order not to be surprised by an unexpected death, to practice beforehand this way of coming out of the body would even be advisable. Indeed, if final liberation cannot be obtained in this lifetime, it is essential to be freed from the illusion of transmigration at the instant of death. The release out of the top of the head should be well prepared. Otherwise, these lurks always the danger of being reborn in another body. Today, everything happened wonderfully. The sun absorbed the flame from the top of the head. Then it entered by the same way back inside me from the top of the head to the heart and spread into the entire body. I became a sun, an oceanic sun of azure white light. It is true, although almost unbelievable and impossible to describe in words. Every organ, the mind included, did not exist anymore. A minimal residue of the intellect persisted where the tenuous string of individuality flickered weakly. Only the essence of the sun, which is also Sri Mahaswami's real nature, that is jnana, wisdom, existed in itself. When the faint remains of judgment understood that this experience could not be anything else than the beginning of jnana, the eye started to drown all that appeared in the azure white light of the ocean. As soon as an idea, an image, minute though it be, showed its head, it was touched by the wand of jnana and changed, metamorphosed into a luminescent statue that was immediately merged in the ocean of light. All around, the outline of every object became so dim that one did not know where they finished and where the ocean of light began. The sages declared the truth. Brahmanyana is an ocean of light. There is no question of differences, no image, no individuation. The experience lasted 10 to 15 minutes. What I could register is but a crumb of a crumb. When the consciousness of the organs and of the mind reappeared, I grasped a fragment of what happened. I express here only a grain of dust, and that what comes out in words is even less, the great great grandson of the truth, but enough, I think, to completely change a human life. I had totally forgotten the body that was left standing the whole time. Surprisingly, it did not fall. I could have left it perhaps for good, but it was in the care of Sri Mahaswami. He had accomplished his duty, that of a master, and had inhabited it so as to protect it. During this time, he must have prepared it from the interior in such a way that one day it would become his perfect instrument. I therefore re entered this body and found it was slightly rigid. It lost its numbness with difficulty. Only the voice remained lifeless for an extended length of time. I had to pass through a short period of mental elation, a feeling of identification with the welfare of the world, loka sangraha, which can happen after some experiences. The morning was quiet and I resumed study with my books and dictionaries. Several times I had the feeling that the body and the mind were put in motion only by Sri Mahaswami. Once I felt an intense need to meditate on him. I got ready, but at the very moment I saw I was to sit down, I badly knocked the fifth left toe on the leg of a table, which was a proven sign for me that what I think, speak, or write at that moment is not advisable. I renounced it at the very instant, for surely another meditation would have been too tiring for the nervous system. In the afternoon, I reached Shivasthana late. Sri Mahaswami had just finished his evening bath in the little southern yard. He came out 2 or 3 times to the opening of the well and showed the offerings destined for his puja towards the gopura of the temple. The last time he appeared empty handed and his eyes of lightning shot twice through me. Then he retired for the Pradosha Kala Puja. I could not see anything as a thick mat entirely filled the opening over the well, the only place from where it was possible to look into the narrow southern yard. After 3 rounds of the building, I succeeded in finding a minute hole through which I saw, inside his room, the hands of Sri Mahaswami talking to the forces of the universe. I stood near the well trying again to come out of the body, firstly towards the sun, although it was 7 p.m. and the night had fallen. I succeeded in coming out of the body through a vertical tube that opened on the top of the head. As per his custom, Sri Mahaswami entered into the empty husk of the body. He did it completely, although for a shorter time than yesterday or this morning. Someone, I or better Swamiji, took hold of the essence of my heart. It was a little crystal Shivalinga and was kept in front of the same Sri Mahaswami who sat in his room. It was a beautiful object of a transparent substance, but sadly flooded now and then by waves of unclean liquids, stinking and bubbling. Sri Mahaswami did not seem choked by its fumes. He took it in his hand and immediately all the waves vanished. The Shivalinga became as pure as Chandramaulishvara. Then Sri Mahaswami himself entered my body, fixed the Shivalinga in my chest and kept his hand for a long time over it, until the hand became one with the Shivalinga. Now, out of this jewel of rock crystal, there radiated concentric waves of ineffable luminous bliss. Then the image in the heart was effaced slowly. The breath had stopped several times as if hesitant to follow the usual rhythm. Suddenly, a gigantic white azure flame shot up and split open into 2 parts, my body and the universe. For an instant, the essence of Sri Mahaswami alone existed. It was the final experience. Before leaving, I peeped once again through a slit of the mat on the western side into his room. I saw him lying on his back on the soil with the head turned towards the very narrow opening between his room and that of the assistants through which his food was passed. A hand at the extremity of a long arm came from the nearby room and placed drops of medicine into the eyes of Swamiji. How do the assistants have the courage to approach him as if he were an ordinary being? For me, it seems that the universe loses more and more of its solid consistency. It is as if I were constantly searching for a window through which I could attain its essence. I need to leave this life of illusion. The center of interest has become Sri Mahaswami, and the rest of the world should be valued as starting from his reality and not inversely as it was the case until now. Devotees, we shall continue to listen at the Shivasthana ashram in the coming episode, bowing at the holy feet of the Gurus. Aum Sairam. Hara Hara Shankara, Jaya Jaya Shankara.